All right, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, citizens of YouTube. This is Pastor Dow. You know, we have some very serious issues, troubling issues and problems in our country. This place where we reside, this land of my sojourn, land of my personal captivity. What's amazing is this, is that we're dealing with some serious issues. First of all, number one, let's deal with this issue first. Right after 9 people get murdered in cold blood by a white man at a church in South Carolina, the racist groups in that area respond by burning 8 African American churches. And the system, because they don't want any riots, race riots, because racial tensions are running very deep, and because the system don't want any race riots, they're very reluctant to actually really truly finger arson as the cause. And the reason why they don't want arson as the cause, because they don't want to introduce into the minds of black people that there are white supremacist groups that are actually burning these churches down. Now, the truth is, it's already in the minds of the blacks, but the blacks are going to sit there and see how you whites are going to respond and see how many more churches have to burn down. They're blaming it on lightning. I mean, and every other thing possible other than racism. And it's only amazing. Where is it just a coincidence that 8 black churches can just burn down in 1 week? Is that a coincidence? That's because the powers that be are in cahoots with these people. I told you, the KKK is traded into hoods for suits and uniforms. And that's what we're really truly watching and seeing. And the black people just ain't having it. They ain't playing no more. Like I told you, it's going from bad to worse in this country. I just got finished driving up the road up here in Lafayette, Tennessee. And you know what's happening up here in the country? These rednecks, racists up here. Do you know what they're doing? Confederate flags are now all over the place. They're on the back of trucks. Huge flags, almost bigger than a garrison. At least they look that way. 3 and 4 flags hanging off of banisters and off of decks, and little boys and little girls, Confederate flags wearing all of. Now, you know, I hate to volunteer this information, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it because you never hardly saw these flags flying anywhere up here at all. But they're here now. And but I tell you what, I thank my enemies for letting me know who they are. I tell you, it's amazing. But on the heels of that, I made a video, a very truthful and brutally honest video. You know, why is it that as long as we have an image believing that Jesus was white, and it could be up there for centuries, because remember, my people couldn't read and write. My people wasn't even allowed to read and write in this country. We were not allowed. We had to go to we had to have a white man in the church to make sure that the black preacher was preaching the way that the white man wanted him to preach. Most of you people don't know that history, because history is too painful for many of you people, and you don't want to introduce all these facts to your mind. I mean, because, you know, people like giving themselves a pass. It wasn't me, but then you watch all these people today and you see that they're in total agreement. I've yet to get one condemnation from any political authority up here in this county condemning the heinous acts of racism perpetuated against my community. You know what's amazing to me? This kind of spirit is amazing because, see, I have a lot of white brothers and sisters that live around me, and we don't share the same ideal thoughts and sentiments. I call it just like it is. I call the injustices of blacks just like I call the injustices of whites. What's painful is that if a black man calls the painful injustices of whites, then all of a sudden I'm a racist. How can I be a racist when I didn't start racism in this country? That's amazing. That's a good question. But then if a white man turns around and he talks about the racism that's going on in this country, then all of a sudden he's demonized. All of a sudden he's a turncoat, and he's a nigger lover and everything else. It's just utterly amazing. So, you know, it is real. It really, truly is real. The pain is real. But you can also see that we have a lot of ignorant folks in this country, a lot of ignorant people in this country. And we're not going to stop this ignorance. That's all there is to it. But like I said, you know, the one thing you won't see is you won't see these people that are flying these Confederate flags, got these Confederate flags all over the place. You will not see them go to the inner cities with those big old gigantic flags on the back of their trucks. Because I know places in Nashville, you try some stuff like that, you're going to get shot. That's all there is to it. Especially in East Nashville. But, you know, there are a lot of, you know, what's going on? The heart of people are really, truly being revealed. Why is it an uncomfortable subject to talk about the color of Jesus? Now, I'm going to tell you the reason why. Because, when you talk about the color of Jesus, you're talking about a family line. And the religious order in this time we living in don't want this stuff introduced to you. You know, it's comfortable for the white image of Jesus and Christianity that is literally whitewashed the whole entire Bible. It's comfortable for those people who have ruled this world for the past 400 or 500 years, probably longer than that. It's real comfortable for them to put those images up and have in the minds of people that that's the way that God looks. Because there's no way, and you know just as well as I do, that white people in this country is going to serve a black Jesus. They're not going to do it. They're not going to put a black man up on their walls, in their churches, in their Bible, nowhere. And it's, it's just a sad, sad thing. The problem is that we have a people that are incapable of acknowledging the truth. If you go to church on Sunday, you're incapable. You're not even qualified to acknowledge the truth. If you were one of those believers that believe that the law is done away with, I can see why you have challenges in front of you. You can't accept the truth concerning the Bible. I don't have a very high lofty opinion or high expectation of you people thinking that you're going to change, because I know you don't. I mean, if you believe a lie, then you are the children of the fathers of lies. Celebrating Christmas, Easter, Sunday and stuff. Are you serious? And you read the King James Version of the Bible? I mean, I read the King James Version. How's it that I can come to all this truth, accept it and believe it, and it makes no difference to me? How's it that when I was raised and reared believing that Jesus was white, I didn't have any issues, trouble, or problem with it? And I still don't have any issue, troubles, or problem. Is for me, it's all about for the sake of honoring the truth, and I don't care what color that truth is. But to some people, it's a personal issue. It's a personal issue, and it's crazy. It's one of those things. If you just stop talking about racism, it'll go away. That's their philosophy. And of course, that's just like, we have people that are hungry in this world. If we just stop talking about it, then those people will be hungry no more. We will never, ever, ever have to worry about everybody will be fed if we would just stop talking about people being hungry and starving. That's all we have to do. Then the problem goes away. You see, this is the sick attitude and the sick mindset of the people in this country. It's very sad. And to think that they can actually believe this junk, now that is a serious problem. But anyway, it's not going to be resolved anytime soon. Those of you who have the ears to hear it, you know exactly what I'm saying. Many of you know exactly what I'm doing. But the fool, they don't. The fool will never understand because it's not given to them to understand. Hey, you all be encouraged. I hope you have a wonderful wicked end, because that's what it is. But if you're a saint of the Most High, you're a Hebrew Israelite, guess where you're going to be at? You're going to be in assembly and join the fellowship of the saints, but mainly the worship of the Most High. Y'all be encouraged. The King is coming, and guess what? Don't play this racist junk. Don't even fall for the trap. But guess what? Keep it real and continue to keep speaking truth to power no matter what. Because you know what? Power hates truth.